The studio lights of The View blazed down on the set, the audience buzzing with excitement as Johnny Depp, the enigmatic Hollywood icon, and Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, took their seats for what was billed as a groundbreaking crossover interview. The eclectic band of Whoopi Goldberg, Joy Behar, Sunny Hostin, and Sarah Haynes sat poised, their eyes gleaming with anticipation, while the crowd murmured about the unlikely pairing. Johnny, clad in a velvet jacket and sporting his signature dark sunglasses, exuded a brooding charisma, while Harry, in a tailored suit, offered a nervous smile, his royal demeanor tinged with unease. The topic was meant to be a light-hearted discussion about their respective public journeys, Johnny's Hollywood comeback and Harry's life post-royalty, but the atmosphere shifted the moment Whoopi opened with a question about resilience. "Johnny, you've faced trials and come out swinging. How's that compare to Harry's break from the palace?" she asked, her tone probing but neutral. Johnny smirked, leaning back, and quipped, "Well, I've fought pirates and courts, while Harry's been dodging tabloids. I guess we both know a thing or two about survival." The audience chuckled, but Harry's expression tightened, his jaw clenching as he nodded politely. Joy Behar, never one to miss a beat, jumped in, her voice sharp. "Harry, some say you've traded one spotlight for another. Do you think leaving the royals was worth it?" The question landed like a jab, and Harry's response was measured but defensive. "I left to protect my family, not to chase fame," he said, his accent crisp but his tone edged with frustration. The panel exchanged glances, sensing the tension, and Sunny Hostin seized the moment, turning to Johnny. "You've spoken about being cancelled. Does Harry's story resonate with you?" Johnny's eyes narrowed behind his shades, and he leaned forward, his voice low but cutting. "Cancel culture's a beast, sure, but I didn't run to Oprah to cry about it." The crowd gasped, phones lighting up as the jab hit Harry square inches the chest. Harry's face flushed, and he shot back, "I shared my truth, not a sob story. Something you might understand if you'd faced real scrutiny." The studio fell silent, the air thick with shock, as the exchange escalated from a casual chat to a full-blown showdown. Whoopi tried to intervene, her voice rising over the murmurs. "Let's keep this civil, folks," she said, but Joy wasn't done. "Johnny, you've got a point. Harry's been quick to play the victim," she added, fueling the fire. Johnny smirked again, his tone dripping with sarcasm. "Victim, mate, I've been dragged through muddier waters than Kensington Palace could dream of." Harry's hands balled into fists, and he leaned toward Johnny, his voice rising. "You don't know my life. You don't pretend you do." The audience erupted, some cheering the drama, others whispering in disbelief. As the panel struggled to regain control, producers in the control room exchanged frantic looks, realizing this interview was spiraling into uncharted territory. Johnny, unfazed, tilted his head and delivered a final blow. "Maybe if you'd stayed and fought, you'd have some scars to show for it, and not just a Netflix deal." Harry stood abruptly, his chair scraping the floor, and pointed at Johnny. "This isn't a pirate movie. You don't get to rewrite my story." The crowd roared, cameras capturing every second, as Harry stormed off, leaving Johnny smirking and the panel in stunned silence. The internet was already ablaze with clips, hashtags like #Depp vs Harry trending within minutes, and the world watched, breathless, for the next twist in this unexpected saga. As the chaos from Prince Harry's abrupt exit settled over the View's studio, the cameras lingered on Johnny Depp, who leaned back in his chair with a defiant grin, while the panel scrambled to process the explosive turn of events. Whoopi Goldberg, her voice steady but tinged with exasperation, addressed the audience. "Well, that escalated quickly. Let's take a breath and figure this out." The crowd, a mix of shocked gasps and scattered applause, buzzed as clips of Harry's heated departure looped on social media, with fans and critics alike weighing in. Joy Behar, never one to shy away from controversy, seized the moment, turning to Johnny with a sly smile. "You really went for the jugular theory. Did you mean to torch him like that?" she asked, her tone half admiring, half challenging. Johnny shrugged, adjusting his sunglasses, and replied, "I speak my mind, Joy." He asked for a debate, not a tea party. The audience murmured, some nodding in approval, others shaking their heads at the bluntness. Sonny Hostin, ever the voice of reason, tried to pivot, asking Johnny about his own battles with the press, but the damage was done. Harry's absence loomed large, and the panel couldn't ignore it. Sarah Haynes chimed in, her voice cautious. Harry's team might not take kindly to that. "Did you think this hurts his image more?" Johnny chuckled, a dark edge to his laugh. "His image? He's been curating that since he left the Palace. Maybe it's time he faced the music, not just played it." The crowd erupted again, phones capturing the soundbite as it spread online, with posts on X praising Johnny's raw honesty and others calling it a low blow. Backstage, Harry's team was in crisis mode, their phones ringing with calls from PR reps as they drafted a response to the viral clash. Sources close to the production whispered that Harry had felt ambushed, expecting a softball interview about his charity work, not a face-off with a Hollywood veteran. Meanwhile, Johnny remained unfazed, sipping water as the panel debated the fallout. "Whoopi, trying to steer the ship?" asked Johnny. Was this about settling a score, or just the heat of the moment? He leaned forward, his voice steady but intense. "I don't settle scores, I tell truths. If he can't handle that, he's in the wrong game." The audience cheered, some standing to applaud, while others booed, the divide clear as day. The segment cut to commercial, but the internet was already a battlefield. Clips of Johnny's zingers and Harry's exit tracked up millions of views, with hashtags like #DeppDestroysHarry trending globally. Producers huddled, debating whether to invite Harry back for a rebuttal or let the drama play out naturally. Johnny, for his part, seemed to revel in the chaos, his reputation as a rebel only growing stronger. As the break ended, the panel returned, with Whoopi announcing they'd address the unexpected turn later, but the damage was irreversible. The clash had become the talk of the town, with talk shows and news outlets scrambling to analyze every word. Harry, now offset, was reportedly furious, vowing to clarify his side, while Johnny's fans celebrated, seeing it as a victory for his unapologetic stance. The world waited, hooked on the unfolding drama, as the View's most explosive moment yet unfolded in real time. The aftermath of Johnny Depp's fiery confrontation with Prince Harry on The View swept across the globe like wildfire, dominating headlines, social media feeds, and late-night monologues within hours. The studio, still reeling from the shock of Harry's walk-off, buzzed with a mix of awe and disbelief as the panel tried to regain its footing, with Whoopi Goldberg leading the charge to address the elephant in the room. "We didn't expect that level of heat today," she said, her voice calm but firm, earning a ripple of nervous laughter from the audience. Clips of the exchange, Johnny's biting remarks and Harry's furious exit, flooded YouTube, garnering tens of millions of views, while posts on X ranged from "Johnny just schooled a royal" to "Harry got roasted, it deserved or not." The polarized reactions mirrored the public's split opinions, with Depp's fans hailing him as a truth-teller and Harry's supporters decrying the ambush. Joy Behar, ever the provocateur, leaned into the controversy, suggesting on air that Harry's sensitivity might have fueled the blow-up. "He's used to bowing out of tough spots. Johnny doesn't play the game," she quipped, sparking more applause and boos. Backstage, Harry's team worked furiously to craft a statement, with insiders claiming he felt set up by the panel's line of questioning, which they believed was designed to pit him against Johnny. Meanwhile, Johnny, cool as ever, fielded calls from his own camp, who saw the moment as a career resurgence, with his next project already gaining buzz. News outlets ran wild with speculation, some calling it a royal takedown, others a PR stunt gone wrong, but no one could deny the ratings spike for The View, which had become the day's top story. On social media, the debate raged, with fans dissecting every frame, from Johnny's smirk to Harry's clenched fists, and memes flooded every platform, turning the clash into a cultural meme fest. Some praised Johnny's defiance, citing his own legal battles as proof of his resilience, while others accused him of bullying a man already under public scrutiny. Harry's advocates launched a counter-campaign, arguing he'd been unfairly targeted, with posts highlighting his charity work as a counterpoint to Johnny's Hollywood persona. The incident sparked broader discussions about celebrity accountability, with pundits debating whether The View's panel had crossed a line or simply exposed raw truths. As the day wore on, Harry's statement finally dropped, a terse note about misrepresentations and his commitment to his causes, but it did little to quell the storm. Johnny, for his part, stayed silent on social media, letting his on-air performance speak for itself. Though rumors swirled of a planned follow-up interview, the clash had become a lightning rod, with entertainment blogs predicting it could reshape both men's public image, as Johnny as a fearless icon, Harry as a fragile exile. By nightfall, the story had gone international, with outlets from London to LA analyzing the fallout, and the world remained glued, waiting for the next chapter in this unexpected showdown.